Hello, welcome to the data channel and you're watching Python Bootcamp for data professionals. And as part of this today's video, we'll be discussing about Python dictionary. So this is again one of the important data structure or data type in Python. So in the previous video, we have already discussed a couple of data structures in detail. So in this video, we'll be discussing about Python dictionary, what exactly the dictionary means, what is the speciality of it, what are the use cases, like what are the operations that we have in dictionary, and what are the real-time use cases when and how to use the dictionary. So that these all topics we will discuss in detail. So before proceeding, if you are new to this channel, we would recommend you to please subscribe and also press bell button for instant notifications. So let's get started. So now in this, let's quickly jump to the VS Code setup that we already have. And if you don't know how to do a VS Code and the Python installation, there is a link in the description. So you can refer those videos and get this setup done. So dictionary is a Python in dictionary in Python is actually it's one of the built-in data structure. That means it's comes as a Python one of the Python feature or a data type. And this data structure or data type that we call that allows you to store key value pair, and it is highly optimized for retrieving values when you know that the corresponding key exists, right? So in that scenario, like if you take about list, so list is more of a index based, right? So there is one index, one list can comprise compromise or have certain elements, a number of elements in that list. But this like in list, what happens is which are indexed by range of numbers, but dictionaries are indexed by keys. So that is the reason which it makes dictionaries more faster in terms of performance when you access it by keys, because they are indexed by keys, not by not by indexes, right? And which can be of any immutable type, such as string, numbers, tuples. You can create a dictionary of any of these types. And so let's discuss about a couple of topics in today's video. So starting from how do you create dictionaries, right? And once you create dictionaries, the next is how do you access the values in the dictionary. So that is also important. So you need to access, you can access using key, and you can access using values. So there are a couple of options, we'll see that. And next, other thing is like how do you modify the values, add elements or remove elements, or clear. So those options we will see how can we do that in dictionary. And the next is how to iterate the values in dictionary. So this is also important when you are working in a real-time project. So you need to know how to iterate the dictionary so that you can access the key value pair. So and also there are a couple of built-in Python dictionary methods. So we will see all those Python dictionary methods, how exactly those can be used, right? And similarly, how we had a list comprehension, so we also have a dictionary comprehension. So dictionary comprehensions looks we will discuss in detail. And also there is a nested dictionaries. So nested dictionaries means dictionaries within dictionaries. So how to define them, how to use them, that also we will see. And finally we will see a couple of real-time examples, right? Real-time scenario based examples where dictionaries can be used, dictionaries are used, right? Can be used. So with that, we'll start with creation of dictionary first, right? The simple thing is, so similarly how you define an empty list with a square opening and closing. So here you can define an empty dictionary using flower braces, open and close flower braces. And once you define that, this will become a dictionary. So how do you know this has become a dictionary? You can just do a print of type of my dict. So then you can see it has already considered it as a dictionary. And now let's take a simple example of dictionary, how exactly dictionary, if you define a simple dictionary, how it looks like. So this is one dictionary, as you can see, right? A simple dictionary where you are able to So the syntax goes like this, right? You open this flower bracket and you close the flower bracket, but in between, so you give a key value pair, and each key value pair is separated by a colon, okay? And this is one element, right? And this is next element, and each elements are separated by comma, right? And like if you're defining a key which is a string, so then you can define with the double quotes, and the value can be string or integer, as you can see, right? So with that, if you execute this, this is also a dictionary. Next, how do you access the values in the dictionary, right? So let's take another cell. We can see in the same dictionary what we have. So now you can access the value in the dictionary by giving my dict of name. So my dict of name, so my dict is a dictionary name, right? And then inside square bracket, you are giving the key. So using this key, you are able to access the value. So even you can give age. So if you give age, that is a key. So the value you get is 25, right? And you can get multiple values also. Like if you just give my dot get, so you are giving here country and USA. So now we have seen all these operations, right? Creating a dictionary, accessing elements in the dictionary using keys, using values, right? And then modifying the values in the dictionary, right? And then we have seen how to remove the values, right, using delete. And you can also iterate the dictionary. We have also seen the dictionary comprehension using the square bracket, sorry, instead of square, we are giving the flower bracket in case of dictionary. Okay, unlike in list comprehension. So with that, we will jump into the real-time use cases to understand where exactly the dictionaries can be used. All right, let's take a e-commerce website use case, right? So let's take a e-commerce website use case where there might be a use case where you need to store a products, and product has a product IDs, and each product has a dictionary, or it is having all these elements need to be stored, whether it is a name, price, and what is a stock, etc., right? So this is, and then you want to access the particular product and then get that product ID. So that product, for that particular product ID, you need to get all these details, right? So let's try to execute this, and it is able to, so if you pass the product ID, it is giving all the details. Instead of P002, if I pass P003, it will get the details of that particular product, right? So now we'll take an example of a financial systems or banking system, right? So in this case, we have account. So there's account ID, and then we have for each customer. So there is a name, there is a balance, and then if you are trying to update a value, right? So whenever you try to update, it is like transaction amount. You are trying to withdraw some amount here. So for this particular, you want to withdraw from this particular amount, like for this particular account, you want to withdraw 150 dollar or 150 amount, right? So let's try to execute and see. So as you can see, for this particular account ID, which belongs to Alice, previously it was 5,000, but now it is uh, 4850 withdrawal amount, right? So again, if I execute the same thing, so it will become 4700. Okay, so now that is how the transactions happens, right? And instead of this person, I want to update this person, and now I want to withdraw 1500. So as you can see, the updated balance of Bob is 1500, because it was 3000, we have withdrawn 1500, the updated balance is 1500. So this is how it can be used in financial systems as well, right? And so you can think about one more case where, like a healthcare system, right, where we have patient records. So these are the patient records, and then adding a new condition to a patient record. Like this is a patient ID, the new condition is diagnosed, which is diabetes, and for that particular patient ID, you will iterate and you are actually adding a condition here by using append operation. And then let us see what is the condition of the previously this particular patient ID one was having just a hypertension. Now we have added a new condition for this patient, that is diabetes. That's why it is showing diabetes. So similarly, you can think of a number of use cases. So these are just examples. And one last example we want to give is the configuration management, right? So you are having in any project, right? In any project that you might be working, so you might be having configuration settings, right? So in that case, you will be having a database. You need to maintain the host name, port, username, password, and all these secrets, etc., etc., right? So you can define a dictionary in this case, and you can access the values from the dictionary, okay, and you can use that as a values. So here this config can be this particular configuration settings can be stored in one particular file. So you can maintain maybe like this is for prod, right? So this is prod config. Similarly, you can have UAT config, right? So whenever you want to deploy or migrate the code, right? So instead of prod config, you can give the UAT config here, right? So initially it will be UAT config, and when you move to go to the prod, you can just change it to prod config. Something like that, you can make it customized, so it will help in maintaining these settings, right? And dictionaries are very fundamental data structure, and in Python, providing a flexible way to store and manage the data through key value pair. So that is the whole concept, right? This is key value pair. This is a key and this is a value, and there are used in real world applications that we have seen, including e-commerce, financial care, CRM, education, so software configuration. So many use cases you can think of. There is no limit actually, and understanding how to effectively utilize dictionary can greatly enhance the efficiency and functionality of any tool or any project that you're working on, because dictionaries are really faster when you compare to list, because dictionaries works on the indexes, like index based on the keys that you will be using, right? But in case of list, it will be index like indexes 0 1 2 3. So it will be it has to iterate through over the dictionary. So that is why it becomes ordered, but dictionaries are unordered. So you can directly access any element of any particular record, so it will directly go and get that particular record here. Basically, if you take dictionaries, whether it is ordered, unordered, so after Python 3.7, dictionaries are ordered, but in 3.6 or earlier, whatever you take, right? So then in that cases, Python dictionaries were unordered. So hope this concept was useful, and thanks for watching.